What's up, YouTube? I wanted to do a kind of second impression on the Aostirmotor S17 after having it for it's been about 4 months now. I've had it, put several hundred miles on it, and pretty much all of those have been off-road. And this thing, let me start by saying, I know that you can't really mountain bike on a hub drive e-bike. I know that. And that's not what this was for. It's not for extreme mountain biking. I have other bikes for that. What I wanted was a bike that would be capable of, you know, have some little light off-road dirt capability like this, so I can be out here with my kid, but be quiet and easy to use. A nice pit bike for the motorcycle races. Could also be a just fine commuter in the city. I wanted full suspension. I wanted something comfortable. I wanted something that had decent forks so I could hop curbs and still feel good. And this thing has checked all those boxes for me and more. I actually took it to a hard enduro motorcycle race. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I used this as transportation there, and guys, I had this thing going through a creek. As you can see, the chain's got a little rust on it. I got to lube it up, but I had this thing going through a creek with the water up above the hub drive. Yes, it was stupid, not what this bike's made for, but it handled it no problem. I rampaged it down a rocky creek bed, broke the seat post off the back, and have had no other issues. I've got, you know, a few hundred miles on it now, and I've not had, well, I did have one little hiccup. I thought I had an issue. I hit a bump and it went off and I couldn't figure it out, and it was just this plug right here had come very slightly unplugged. But yeah, no other issues. And as far as the battery, you know, everybody's got battery anxiety about these things, but I've never ridden this bike long enough ever to kill the battery. Now, maybe if you're commuting to work or traveling on one of these or something, yeah, I guess it's possible, but I've never taken part in a bicycling activity that has been long enough to kill the battery. I haven't charged this thing in months. It's at 56%. I've rode it like 4 or 5 times. It lasts a long time. It's a big battery. I never really have to take it out, but it's easy to get in and out. Yeah, I just don't really... I expected this thing to have cheap shifting components, and I guess it does, but I've never had a hiccup with them. It shifts smooth with the Shimano setup. I've never had it ghost shift or miss shifts or anything like that. And maybe that's because you're just using power so much and the way it works, so you're never really shifting under load. I don't know. The brakes are fantastic. This is one of the few hub drive e-bikes you'll find out there that actually have hydraulic disc brakes. Most of these bikes, they have disc brakes, but they're just cable actuated. These hydraulic ones are amazing. If you get off a cable actuated one, hop onto this, that's the first thing you'll feel is how much better these brakes are. There's nothing fancy about the shock, but it works for me. I'm 220 pounds and it's just fine. The forks, just fine. I think, if I remember correctly, I can't remember if this came with thumb and I moved it to twist, or if it came with twist, but I definitely prefer the twist throttle. It's just more intuitive to me, being a motorcycle guy. I like the design of the bike. It's kind of unique, the way the swing arm raises up. If I had to say there's one kind of bummer about the design, it's just that this bike is really hard to use on any kind of bike racks. You have to have a bike rack kind of that the tires mount on, tires sit on, otherwise it can be tough to use. But guys, I mean, obviously I'm going to continue putting this thing through the paces the rest of the summer, and I'm probably going to do another video when I get this thing racked up to like 1,000 miles or 5,000 miles. I've only got a couple hundred on it right now, but those couple hundred are extremely hard. And if you're interested in seeing how hard those are, just go back through my video library on here. It's probably only another, I don't know, 6 or 8 videos down from this one. You'll see the creeks and stuff that we took this and the Aostirmotor S18 through. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.